After we heard what our number one contender for the NXT champion Sasha had to say towards our NXT champion Decimate Senior, who will meet 101 come Sunday, as we found out earlier tonight, with everybody spent from ringside, so Sasha will get his fair shot that he rightfully earned 2 months ago by winning a huge battle royal against our NXT champion Decimate Senior. So it will be 1-on-1, and not just that, it will be an Extreme Rules match comes Royal Rumble in this history-making match. For the first time ever at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view, we will have the NXT Championship defended as much as our Women's Championship when Ember Moon tried to defend it against Rhea Ripley, while also the titles from the Women's Championship and the NXT UK Championship will be defended on pay-per-view as well. There's also history-making matches with the champion Roddy Strong, and we don't know how Ilya Dragunov is, but well, and if he can compete at Royal Rumble. But what we do know, however, is that it will be Violet, the NXT UK champ, undefeated NXT UK champion, against the former undefeated NXT UK champion, against Toni Storm. So yeah, come Sunday. And also don't forget, just a couple of moments ago we had this vicious and cowardly attack from Zion on our hero Zero. And my concerns are with Zero. He of course been brought to the hospital, and our thoughts are with him and his family, and hopefully a quick recovery. But I fear the worst at this situation. We saw what Zion did to Zero, so yeah, hopefully Zero can recover very, very quickly. We need him here on the show. And anyways, the show still must go on, that's what they say, and we have Sky Crusher, who made a successfully debut against Commander Aziz last week, and Apollo tried to get involved, but it didn't work out, and Sky Crusher qualified for the Royal Rumble despite just making his debut last week. And now he faced against Apollo Crews, who tried to cause him the match last week because of his good friends with Commander Aziz, and Commander Aziz being former bodyguard of Apollo Crews. And now Crusher versus Apollo Crews. Let's see if Apollo can do what his bodyguard couldn't do last week, and defeating the new guy Sky Crusher. And we don't know much about Crusher, so what his intentions are in the WWE and his motivations, his backstory, we don't know anything about him whatsoever. Whoa, there he is with unexpected music.
Making his way to the ring. I don't think he's made a mistake here, Saxton. Weighing in at 240 pounds, the Assassin.
Sky Crusher has no idea that Apollo wants to attack him, wants to jump him before the match started. But look at this, look at Crusher as Aziz sees the referee, as Aziz tried to get involved here, but then realizing that the match has started. Now slam there from Crusher to Cruz, but Aziz, I don't know what he had planned, but didn't pay off. As Crusher came to the top after slamming Cruz. What a body splash there from Crusher. He got all the good moves here. Look at this. The power from the Crusher. Perhaps crushing the scores of Cruz with the back body drop. That goes in the cover early. Will this be enough already? No, it's not. In our first match of the night. As Cruz keeping up, neckbreaker connected. As Cruz now getting got by Crusher there with a shot block. Look at Crusher. Another big splash there. As Sky Crusher comes to the top rope. Don't forget our main event later tonight. The Brothers giving a preview against the Demon Father on Sunday of the Demon Family. Crusher in the cover. No, it's not enough to put Cruz away. And Cruz tried to get a neckbreaker, but gets stopped in his tracks by the Crusher. As momentum on the side of Crusher, of the new guy. Look at this, Aziz with the distraction, but it didn't pay off. In one shot, twirl of the hand by the Crusher. By Sky Crusher. This guy, Crusher, do this something special. Look at this submission right there. So Aziz is in so much fear for his boss right there. For his good friend there. The former IC and United States champion Apollo Crews. As he powers out. Big right hook there from Apollo, now lifting Crusher up. I'm surprised that he could even lift this big dude. But Apollo strong in his own right. Huge standing splash there from Apollo. As Apollo climbing to the top rope, using everything in his power to get an advantage here. And huge splash there. Get back in this thing, I mean. get back in the matchup, but easier said than done. But maybe Cruz has what it takes to turn this match around. Sweep in the corner, get the neck breakers. Cruz is so fired up here. The standing splash finds its mark as well over Crusher. Same moveset not once but twice. It sure was nice, but he's still not done yet. Going for the trifecta as Cruz barrage, but one too many times there. Crusher gets the knees up. As Aziz trying to distract, but nobody cares. Crusher goes in the cover there. As Aziz, yes, going for the distraction, and Cruz with the kick, but Crusher didn't care. Look at this, how focused this guy is. Lifting a Cruz up despite the distraction, Thrill of the Hunt again. As Cruz now cowardly going to the outside, but getting some breathing room. As Cruz up on the apron, maybe you shouldn't have messed with Crusher. No matter who you're friends with. I mean, look at this guy, Crusher guy. So dominating so far against the established athlete and Apollo Cruz. As Aziz is looking on there. He should be careful not to attack Crusher. They're costing his boss a matchup there. Because it's not a no-DQ match. Unlike our top match comes Sunday Royal Rumble, and when our precious NXT Championship will be defended 1-on-1 in the Extreme Rules match between challenger Sasha and champion Deciman Senior. And Sasha's match in the Extreme Rules. Type of everybody banned from this matchup. So this should be interesting as refs continuing this count out here. Refs at 5 already, refs at 6. Cruz tried to get the neck break in, but Crusher avoiding it, and perhaps I think he mocks Cruz there with this boxing taunts there. As Cruz gets sending Crusher in the corner, but nobody home. Nobody home. As this mysterious Crusher perhaps crushed the dreams and hopes of Cruz here with the Uranagi. Chokeslam type of move there. And they lift him up, looking perhaps for... Oh, for an F5. Okay. Goes in the cover. Will this be enough? Aziz up on the ropes. 1, 2, 3. Got him. No, he kicks out as Crusher's like... Wasn't it 3? No, it wasn't. Too bad as Crusher was ready for another big move, but get closer and out of the ring. As Cruz now sent him off the top rope. Ending perfectly on Crusher. As Crusher get counted out, now Cruz is getting his hands on the official, allowing Aziz to take advantage there, I think. So Aziz gets inside the ring, standing suplex there for the official, from vertical suplex from Cruz to the official. So Aziz attacking Crusher there. Hopefully he gets ejected and Cruz can get himself disqualified there by taking the official. But the referee's not perfect as Crusher gets choked out there by Aziz. Cruz now taking advantage after the cheating and numbers game there. As Aziz is hanging out of the ring there. As the ref is warning Aziz, he didn't know what was going on because he was knocked out by Apollo, but he says, I don't take any risk. Aziz, you're going into the back where you belong. And good call by the official. Should have blocked and should have tackled the attacks from the corner from Apollo. Sitting powerbomb, nobody home though. Not enough though. And Cruz mind, I don't know if that was so smart to not go for the cover there. Huge punches there from Apollo. Maybe he wants to send a message to everybody. There's not an afterthought, but he missed the shot. And Crusher, I think he takes advantage, picking him up on top and down with a turtle slam. Will this be enough to put him away? Goes on the cover. 1, 2, 3, 2-0 for Crusher, who will make his Royal Rumble debut come in the Royal Rumble match come Sunday. And what an impressive race. He got 2 matches against 2 established two already established wrestlers on the Commander Aziz and Apollo Cruz, and pick up 2 impressive and dominating wins. I mean, that's impressive. I'm impressed by the Sky Crusher guy, and he also seemed to get a couple of new moves. And wow, I'm impressed by him. And how can you stop the Crusher if you're anybody else? Let us know in the comments down below if you have any ideas how to stop this man. And what his deal could be, and what you think of him so far.